The cleanup in New Jersey continues today, and for some areas, it's going to be a long one. New Jersey Governor Mikie Sherrill joins us now. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. Good morning.
So just days after taking office, New Jersey was hit with this major winter storm. How's it going in New Jersey? What's the big picture right now that the storm has moved out?
We have been working overtime here in New Jersey to get the roads cleared, to get public transportation back up and running. And we owe a debt of gratitude to all of our public service workers. I'll tell you, on my inauguration day, we were meeting with everyone, calling in Department of Transportation, the Bureau of Public Utilities, our troopers. So we had a plan, and they have truly executed incredibly well. So the roads we're down to blacktop on our state roads, which is great, but people should be aware there's still possibility of icing. So they should follow all the speed restrictions. We're digging out a lot of the bus stops, but we'll be running limited bus service by 10 o'clock today. We've already got light rail up and running. Some of the switching on the larger heavy rail is still iced over, but we're working to get that up and running. However, if you don't need to go out today, stay home. The back roads are still quite icy.
So that advice still holds. You know, this is going to be a long process. We know that. When do you think residents could expect things to get back to normal?
We are going to have an incredibly cold week here. So we're working to make sure the utility companies have a plan to get all of the power into Jersey that we need for the cold week ahead. We're also, I've also been telling all the municipalities, make sure you go re-up on your salt, because it's going to be hard to keep the streets from icing over. So everybody's going to continue to have to maintain a lot of vigilance over this week so that we can keep our streets cleared, get people where they need to go, and also keep people safe and warm. If you have elderly neighbors, make sure you check on them, make sure everybody's doing okay.
And, I'm so glad you brought up the dangerous cold this week, because it's going to be in the feels like digits of, single digits, negative numbers. One of your first priorities in office was addressing the energy costs. This is going to be a really rough week, and I'm glad you addressed that. So what do you really want people to know? Because they're going to be cranking up the heat. They're going to have to.
Well, that's why we've already been in touch with our grid operator to surge power into our state to make sure that people will have the power that they need to keep their homes warm. And it's also why one of my first executive orders that I signed while I was giving my inaugural address was to expand power production here in our state to make sure that we always have that power. We can continue to drive down costs for people and also ensure that people have the power that they need here in New Jersey.
What about supplies in terms of like salt? Some areas in the Northeast had said they were running out of salt and weren't sure about crews. How stocked is New Jersey right now to get through the rest of this week?
New Jersey's stocked up. We have had large salt stores at the port all week. We've been working with municipalities and counties so they understand how to fulfill their contracts through Morton Salt and others at the port. We have more shipments coming in. Port workers were there at about 3 this morning trying to make sure they could open up as quickly as possible, dig out from the snow, so that I think by probably about 9 a.m. today, they'll be up for delivering again as quickly as possible. Like I said, because we have such a cold weather event over the entire next week, we'll be constantly fighting up icing on the roads, and we want to keep everybody safe. But again, if you don't have to go out today, don't. And if you are on the roads, follow the speed restrictions, because even if the road looks good, even if you see that blacktop, don't assume that there's no ice or that there are no, you don't have to be safe on the roads.
Some good advice there. Governor Mikie Sherrill, quite the welcome to the governorship, too, you had with this major storm.
Exactly.
Thanks so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you. Stay safe and have a good one.
You too.